Now let us see main exercise question 2.9. The photograph of a house occupies an area 1.75 centimeter square on a 35 millimeter of slide. You might have seen the slideshow from the projector. It is that slide here, 35 millimeter of slide. The slide is projected onto a screen and the area of the house on that screen is 1.55 millimeter square. What is the linear magnification of the projector screen arrangement? Now here you must be knowing one equation, that the linear magnification is root of aerial magnification. Let me write here. So here is the equation. Linear magnification is equal to root of aerial magnification. Using this equation, we will find out the linear magnification later on. But first, let us understand the situation properly. Let me draw a figure here. Here is the figure. See, this is the slide and this is the screen through a projector. And you can see the view on the screen is a magnified view. Now first of all, let us put down the values whatever is given here. The first is area of the house on the slide, that is 1.75 centimeter square. So we can write 1.75 into 10 raised to minus 4 meter square. Note that here the size of the slide, that is 35 millimeter, is of no use. Now the next is the area of the house on the screen, that is 1.55 meter square. It is already given in meter square. Now here the aerial magnification can be written as area on screen upon area on slide. Basically, the equation of aerial magnification is area of the image divided by area of the object. So here image is on the screen and the object is the slide. That's why we can write that aerial magnification is area on the screen divided by the area on the slide. Now I'll name it like MA. This aerial magnification is, let us say, MA. So MA becomes, here the area on the screen is already given 1.55 meter square and the area on slide is 1.75 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 4. Solving this, we will get 0.8857 into 10 raised to 4. So this is the aerial magnification. Now we'll use the above equation for finding linear magnification. So I'll write linear magnification ml is equal to root of ma. But we know the value of ma now, so I'll put that value under root of 0.8857 multiplied by 10 raised to 4. Solving this, we'll get the linear magnification ml is equal to 0.94 into 10 raised to 2, or say just 94. So the linear magnification is 94. Here is our answer. Now main exercise, question number 2.10. State the number of significant figures in the following. First is 0.007 meter square. Second is 2.64 into 10 raised to 24 kilogram. Third is 0.2370 gram per centimeter cube. And the fourth is 6.320 joule. Fifth is 6.0 0.032 Newton per meter square, and the sixth is 0.0006032 meter square. So we have to find out the significant figures in the following. Now that's very simple and straight. Let me put down these figures first and we'll find out the solutions. In A, that is 0.007 meter square, only 7 is a significant number because these zeros are only to show the decimal place of 7. That's why these zeros are not significant. Now B, that is 2.64 into 10 raised to 24 kilogram. Here all of these 2, 6 and 4 are significant because they are non-zeros. Now C, that is 0.2370. Here 2, 3 and 7 are obviously non-zero, so they are significant. And this 0 is a trailing 0 in a number having decimal point. So that is also significant. So all of the 4 are significant figure here. Now D, that is 6.320. Here obviously 6, 3, 2. All are non-zero, that's why they are significant. And this 0 is a 0 in a number having decimal point. It's a trailing 0 in a number having decimal point. That's why that is also significant. Now E, that is 6.032 Newton per meter square. Here all these 6, 0, 3 and 2 are significant because this 0 is a 0 between non-zeros. That's why it is considered as significant. Now F, where it is 0.000632 meter square. Here this 6, this 0, this 3 and 2 are significant, but these zeros are to show the decimal place of this number. That's why these zeros are not significant. Now let us see question 2.11. The length, breadth and the thickness of a rectangular sheet of metal are given as 4.234 meter, 1.005 meter and 2.01 centimeter. Here this is in centimeter, these two are in meter respectively. Give the area and the volume of the sheet to correct significant figures. Here this is a rectangular sheet with a thickness of 2 centimeter. So rather it should be considered as a cuboid because 2 centimeter of thickness is not ignorable. So it should be considered as a cuboid. And for cuboid there are total 6 surfaces. And so the total surface area of this type of cuboid can be written as A is equal to 2 into bracket LB plus BH plus LH. Now here are the values. The L is 4.234, B is 1.005, again B is 1.005, then H. See, H is 2.01 centimeter. So in meter I have written 0.0201 meter. Then L, that is 4.234 again, and H, that is again 0.0201. Solving these values, we will get here 4.25517. Here this is 0.020205, and here we will get 0.0851034. Now solving all of this, we will get 8.7209 478. This much meter square. Now using the rule of significant figure, here you can see that this number means the height is having the minimum value of significant figure, that is 3. The length and breadth both are having 4 significant figures, but this height is having 3 significant figures. That's why the final answer should be reduced up to 3 significant figures. That means I should reduce this number up to 3 significant figure, and so I'll get the area A is equal to 8.72 meter square. This is the first answer, that is area using the significant figures. Now let me slide this screen upside to make some space to solve the volume now. Here the volume V will be equal to L into B into H. Now putting the value of length, that is 4.234, breadth, that is 1.005, and height, which is 2.01 centimeter, that means it is 0.0201 meter. Solving this, we will get the volume exactly as 0.0855 28917 meter cube. But here we will use the rule of significant figure. This is a case of multiplication, and in multiplication we must reduce the answer up to the minimum significant figure, and the minimum significant figure is here in the height, that is 3. There are 3 significant figures, that is the minimum. So I should reduce my answer up to the 3 significant figures, that means up to 5 here. I should reduce my answer up to 5 here, because these 3 are significant figures. Now when I will reduce this number up to 5, I have to omit this 2, and while omitting this 2 there will be no change in 5, and so the answer remains 0.0855 meter cube. So here is our answer of volume, that is 0.0855 meter square. Now let us see main exercise question 2.12. The mass of a box measured by a grosser's balance is 2.30 kilogram. 2 gold pieces of masses 20.15 gram and 20.17 gram are added to the box. What is the total mass of the box and the difference in the masses of the pieces to correct significant figures? So here we have to just add masses, and then we have to give the answer considering the correct significant figure, and we have to subtract the masses, and we have to give the answer considering significant figures. First of all, mass of box, let us say small m, then it is 2.30 kilogram. Mass of first gold piece, let us say m1, then m1 is 20.15 gram. So we can write it is 0.02015 kilogram. And mass of second gold piece, let us say m2, then m2 is 20.17 gram, that means it is 0.02017 kilogram. So total mass after adding gold pieces to the box is, let us say, capital M. Then this capital M will be obviously small m plus m1 plus m2. That means it is 2.3 plus 0.02015 plus 0.02017. Adding all of them, we will get 2.34 0.032 kilogram. Now this is the total sum of all the masses, but we have to consider the significant figures. Now as per the rule of addition, in addition we have to consider the least significant figure after the decimal point. Now in this 2.3 there is only one significant figure after decimal point. Here there are 4 significant figures after decimal point. Here there are 4 significant figures after decimal point. So the least is 1. So we have to keep only one significant figure after the decimal point in the final answer. That means I have to reduce this answer up to 3 only. So keeping that point in mind, we can write the final answer M as 2.3 kilogram, because while removing this 4, this 3 will be not affected, will remain 3 only. So this is the first answer, that is the total mass after adding the gold pieces on the box. Now the difference of masses of the gold pieces is, let us say, name it like delta M. Then delta M is M2 minus M1. So it is 0.02017 minus 0.02015. That gives us 0.00002 kilogram, or we can also write 0.02 gram. Now if we consider the rules of significant figure, then in case of subtraction and summation, the rule is that we have to consider the least significant figure after the decimal point. Now in both of these numbers there are 4 significant figures after the decimal point, but in the answer itself we are having only one significant figure after the decimal point. So we need not to omit anything, we need not to reduce anything. That's why this 0.02 gram itself is our final answer. Now main exercise, question 2.13. A physical quantity P is related to 4 observables A, B, C and D as follows. P is equal to A cube B square upon root C into D. The percentage errors of measurement in A, B, C and D are 1%, 3%, 4% and 2% respectively. What is the percentage error in the quantity P? If the value of P calculated using the above relation turns out to be 3.763, to what value should you round off the result? Here P is A cube B square upon root C and D. So this root C can be written as C raised to 1 by 2. Now as per the rule of multiplication and division, in case of errors, we can write the percentage error in P, that means delta P upon P into 100%, can be written as 3 into delta A upon A plus 2 into delta B upon B. We know that the power will be in multiple now, plus 1 by 2 delta C upon C. Though the term C is in denominator, but the error will be added with the power keeping in multiple, and the same will be applied to D. So here it is delta D upon D multiplied by 100%. So this all becomes percentage error. Now we are having the values of percentage error in A, that is 1%. So I'll put here 3 into 1% plus 2 into error in B, that is 3% plus 1 by 2. Now percentage error in C, that is 4%, and now percentage error in D, that is 2%. Solving all this, we will get a percentage error of total 13%. So total percentage error in P, that is delta P upon P into 100% is 13%. That is our first answer. Now let us solve the second answer. Here we can see that in the percentage error, number of significant figures are 2, 1 and 3. So means there are 2 significant figures in the percentage error of P. So I have written here percentage error in P is having 2 significant figures. So P should also have 2 significant figures. See, if the error is having 2 significant figures, then it is meaningless to show the measurement with more than 2 significant figures, because significant figure gives the information of precision. If the error itself is not showing precision more than 2 significant figures, then the measurement cannot have precision more than 2 significant figures. That's why we have to reduce the answer of P up to 2 significant figures. Here P is given as 3.763. That means it is showing 4 significant figure. So we should reduce it up to 2 significant figures by writing 3.8, because I have to reduce this up to 3.7. So when I'll omit 6, this 7 will be converted into 8. That's why we will get an answer of P, that is 3.8.